I am excited to be back with another video, and I wanted to get it as close to a week from the last video as I could. Thank you to all the new subscribers that I have. It's been so awesome getting on in the morning and seeing all the new subscribers and the comments you guys have been leaving and the questions and the feedback. It's been awesome, and it really helps keep me motivated to want to make more videos. So thank you guys so much for that. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe below so that you can get notifications on future videos and just be in the Emily AM fam. If you like Q&A videos and weight loss videos and you want to see more of that stuff from me, please give us a thumbs up. Come follow me on Instagram, gingerlifegoals, and Snapchat, red42897. And I'm always looking for ways to connect with you guys, so come follow me. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the questions that you guys sent and asked and commented on videos and commented on my Instagram. And thank you guys, all of you who reached out. I'm going to try to do my best to answer all of them. I had a couple people ask me this question, and it is, what was your highest weight and what is your current weight? And I don't know that I recorded my highest weight, but I know that it was right around 290 pounds. And then my current weight as of like last Friday was 174.2. I had VSG, vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, on August 20th, 2012. So it's been 4.5 years. What was the moment that you realized you wanted to have surgery? I cannot say that there was a moment. I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but when I was in my marriage, I actually went to a bariatric specialist office, and I sought after the lap band surgery, information about that. And because I felt like it was the least invasive procedure that I could have done, and surgery scared me. So I know that that kind of thing was in my mind. I think probably from seeing commercials on television that was an option. I really didn't know too much about sleeve surgery or gastric bypass. I didn't qualify for it to be covered by insurance, and then it kind of went out of my head, and then I tried to lose weight via medical weight loss, and then I still didn't want to have surgery. I was actually against it mentally and felt like it was the easy way out. My goodness, was I absolutely wrong in that perspective. After the medical weight loss failed me and I gained all of that back plus more, I knew that I was desperate and I had to do something, or I was just going to do this for my whole life, and I was just going to be depressed about this weight and feeling so stuck for my whole life. So that is basically what threw me into the surgery, wanting the surgery. Was there anything that made you apprehensive or nervous about it? Yes, absolutely. I think I was a little bit afraid of the medical procedure. Once I decided to do the surgery, I actually feel like I had a peace about it and I felt good. I tried to plug in and just be present and try to learn what I wanted to do on the other side of surgery. Would go on obesityhelp.com and look at all the veterans and their information and feedback that they were sharing so many years out from surgery and being successful, the ones that were posting and sharing and helping others. I was really focused on doing that. I tried not to be afraid of the surgery itself, and a lot of times for me, I get anxious. I do get a little bit, I have anxiety, but I more so will wait and procrastinate on my anxiety, and then the day of, I will get really nervous. I remember asking my doctor if he had had any fatalities, and he said no, and that really put my mind at ease. I mean, there's always a risk with any surgery that you have, but he had done so many of them that it just made me feel comfortable with his skills, and I just left myself in his hands and God's hands and prayed about it a lot. This is an awesome question. How has life changed in an unexpected way, good or bad? For the most part, I absolutely think weight loss surgery has brought the best things to my life. And it's not the surgery that did it. It is the losing the weight, shedding the pounds, feeling like I had some control. I was an overeater. I was an emotional eater. I still, have to struggle with those things now. Starting to see the weight come off and then losing it, and then also even going through this regain that I did, having to lose that again. I used to get panicky when my weight would start going back up, but pre-surgery, you get this like feeling of dread, like here we go again. This is, the same thing every time. Every diet I ever did, I would just creep back up, and it felt so hopeless. Guys, I had some technical difficulties. The phone fell, and then the tripod holder thing is super cheap and it broke, so I might look a little different now, but I have been able to have the confidence to work on myself more, get the therapy that I needed for some issues that I was having, whether they were weight related or childhood related or just confidence and self-esteem related. And then that has led to me making better decisions in my life. And then bad things I have found, part of it is not maybe so much weight, but part of it I think has been working on myself. I know what I want and don't want in my life anymore. And I think that it's created some differences in some friendships. Most of my close friends that I had before surgery I have now, and I've also had some friendships that have gone, and I don't have them anymore. I think there's a time and a season for people in your life, and so it may sound like it's a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing when sometimes certain people aren't meant to be in your life forever, and you may need to move on from them in order for things to be healthier for you. In the long run, it's a good thing. Was the weight loss the main goal or more of a means for other goals? And if so, what were those goals and did you accomplish them? I always felt unattractive, so I definitely know that I wanted to be healthier and I wanted to be more attractive and I wanted to not have the pain that I had in my body anymore, like my knees and my back. And a lot of that has subsided through the weight loss surgery. And then there wasn't really any, honestly, my goals have changed so much post-surgery because of the work I've been doing on myself and mentally, that I actually have goals now. My only goals when I was younger was to have a family, which is a absolutely wonderful goal. But there's a time when I'm not going to be the primary person taking care of my kids. They're going to grow up and they're going to be independent, and I'm glad that now I am aspiring to new goals, and I have career goals, and I have goals for this channel, and I have goals for just my life and relationships and standards that are higher. In that respect, I have achieved those goals. I think that just even setting goals was something that I wasn't even doing prior to surgery. Live It Like Elin asked, once you had the majority of your overweight, like weight loss, I think she means, did you feel that you could have fun with your look, or did you struggle to step out of your comfort zone? That's a really good question. It's probably right around the time that I started wearing my extensions. I felt like I could be a little saucier. I started dressing in high heels because I liked the way they looked on me, and I started getting more fashionable and wearing more fitting clothes because it's on any body type, whether you're heavy or thin or in between somewhere. Wearing clothes that fit properly actually so much accentuate your figure and make you look better. So I started exploring that because I've always in the past just worn things that were oversized for the most part and didn't fit me in the right places because I was trying to cover things up. Now I'm having fun with my look. I love to play with different looks. I love to play with fashion and try different things on. I don't really love shopping. I like online shopping. That's kind of my guilty pleasure. But when I go and try stuff on that I like, even now I'll look at an outfit and be like, that's not gonna look good, or a shirt or a top or a dress, and then I try it on and it looks really good, or it just surprises me that I like it. Like, that's exciting and fun, and I just like playing around with all kinds of fashion and makeup and hair. Weight loss surgery and weight loss has definitely helped me step out of my comfort zone and be more confident in that area. Did your personality change when you lost weight? Have you noticed a difference in how you were treated by others, and is there anything that was better when you were overweight? Just a few thoughts and questions. I love that. I love these questions that she asked. My personality changed? No, I wouldn't say my personality changed, but I will say this: my standards changed, my outlook changed, and that has been a serious process. I told you guys I've been in therapy, so it's been a little over a year, which I recommend starting that a lot earlier. What happened for me was patterns in my life were happening that were negative, and I wanted to break them, and I was done going through the same processes that I've gone through for so long. So I called a therapist, got some recommendations online, and went and just sought after the help that I need so I can break those patterns. So that has really been I think it was inspired by weight loss because it was inspired by relationships that I was going through that I probably wouldn't have had I not lost the weight. I stand up for myself more now. I'm starting to be able to tell people what I need and what I need to do for myself. Whereas before, I tried to always go with the flow. I oftentimes put other people ahead of myself, but that was a protection for me so that they wouldn't get mad at me or they wouldn't walk away. I can say no, and if you walk away from me, that is your choice, and I still have to do what's right for me, and I have to be willing to live with that. If, somebody's gonna walk out of my life because I'm putting my foot down or I'm standing up for myself or they just don't like my personality, that's okay. It's okay to let people go, and I've come to that point. So as far as personality change, no, but confidence change, yes. And where my priorities are, that has definitely changed. And my goals and my visions, I have them now for the future. I really honestly didn't before, you guys. I just wanted to live on a piece of land somewhere, hopefully maybe someday get remarried and just like raise my family. And now I'm seeing that the world is my oyster. It's your oyster too. Like, you can go out and do anything you want. You have to work for it, and you don't have to have weight loss surgery to come to this conclusion. I was super stuck and needed to lose that weight just to get out of that funk and realize that life was going to be okay. Do you feel like you'll need or ever want to have body lift surgery? Great question. Before weight loss surgery, I knew that there might be a possibility of wanting plastic surgery later. I didn't really put a lot of thought into that, but now I am putting more thought into that. I am, as of very recently, considering having some plastic surgery done. I have issues, like medical issues, with the extra skin on my stomach. Part of me feels like I worked really hard to get where I am, and I've kept it off for, a long time now. I want that body that I've worked for. As far as the entire lower body lift, I did do a virtual consultation with a physician regarding that. He works with a lot of post weight loss surgery patients. He does a lot of these surgeries, so he is an expert, because it is a whole different ball game. You're talking about possibly doing like a whole entire lift of the lower body, because everything just like starts to sag after you lose so much weight. So yes, I am considering that now. Lower body lift, yes, it is in my brain and it might happen. I'm not sure. Stay tuned. Did you deal with bloating after surgery? Yes, I believe that there was definitely some bloating after surgery. I remember the first few days after surgery getting these like really intense cramps. They give you pills for that dissolve under your tongue. At least my doctor did. The first few days after surgery are kind of a blur. Like, I'm not one to tend to remember negative memories super well, so I probably blocked that from my mind, but I can always do another video on that and try to go back to that place for you guys and remember and talk about that in more detail. And how do I deal with not reaching my goal weight after VSG, along with a 10-pound regain? Great question. Here's what I have to say to that. Don't give up. There are people that say you have a sweet spot for weight loss, but I am somebody that's proved that wrong. I guess I would say, like, I was sitting at 185, 195 pounds for a couple years, and then just decided I was going to kick my butt into gear and start eating more healthy. So don't let anyone tell you that you're done losing weight. How do you deal with it mentally? Don't tell yourself that it's never going to be different. Look at how much you've lost so far. Look at what has happened so far. You lost, I'm sure, a significant amount of weight. I don't know what your goal weight was, but I would say take it one day at a time. Do not look at it as this big chunk of weight that you need to lose. Look at it in 5-10 pound increments. Set little goals for yourself. Okay, give yourself 2 months to lose 5 pounds. Do that, make decisions on a daily basis, and don't beat yourself up if you make mistakes. Just get back on the horse, get back on the horse the next meal. Don't tell yourself the next day. Don't tell yourself in a couple weeks after vacation. Just start immediately. Start right now. Just deciding that you're going to make better choices. If you're truly doing everything that you can and watching your calories and everything like that, I would talk to the doctor about it, because I think there's still things that you can do, but that's just my 2 cents. How can I get my husband to accept my surgery and be there for me? Do you have any suggestions? I thankfully did not come up against any opposition for my surgery. Even when I was married, I think that my husband at that time was supportive of me wanting to look into lap band. I didn't run into any opposition from my siblings or my parents or my close friends for the most part. None of them really gave me a lot of problems with that. I have a couple friends that I think are against weight loss surgery, and I didn't really discuss that with them, to be honest with you. I just kept it to myself. What I would say is, when people are against something like this, a lot of times I think they're operating from a place of fear, and they're scared, and that's so much about them and less about you. They're scared to lose you. They're scared something's going to happen. Some people, I think there's relationships where men or women are scared of the other person becoming more attractive and then possibly going down different avenues. Maybe they're going to have a loss of that relationship. What I would do is figure out what the bottom root of his opposition to your surgery is and deal with it from that point on, if he'll discuss that with you, and go over statistics. Statistically, you're going to be fine when you come out of this. Talk to your husband, talk to your significant other about this. Talk to them and explain where you're coming from. Maybe if you've been overweight your whole life, let them see what it's like to be in your shoes for a minute. And if they're overweight too, they're probably going to be able to relate to some of that. You have to do ultimately what's right for you, what's healthy for you mentally, physically. You're the one that has to live in your body for the rest of your life. I don't recommend necessarily just like doing whatever you want without your partner and discussing it. You could die in surgery, but chances are you're going to die from obesity if you don't do something about it, whether it be surgery or just getting healthier or exercising or whatever it be. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for sending in questions, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I would love to do more down the road. And I love your questions and I love your comments, and I try to respond to every single one, so keep them coming. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and have the best day.